We're back home again in Indianapolis. We are back here in Indiana for the Brickyard 500 presented by the Plainfield High School Quakers. Let's go trackside now. Race fans, if you're able to, please rise and please remove your hats. As here to perform the national anthem, please welcome four of the PHS band players playing on their trombones. Thank you, and now it's time to see where your favorite drivers are starting. Starting 31st, driving in the Groovy Motorsports 19, Connor Jones. Starting 30th, driving in the Green Shiner Racing number 70, Delilah Shipley. Starting 29th, driving in the Johnson Motorsports 77, we get to the one, the only Xander Faust. Starting 28th, driving in the Henry Racing 11, Harley Myers. Starting 27th in the Logan Motorsports 38, Dory Logan. Starting 26th, driving in the Henry Racing 16, Alexander Owens. Starting 15th, driving in the Matthew Darnell Motorsports number 3, it's Avery Caffrey. Starting 24th, driving in the Henry Racing 18, Savannah Call. Starting 23rd, driving in the Groovy Motorsports number 10, Jenna Lucas. Starting 22nd, driving in the we have a backup driver. Matthew Johnson is sick, so he is not racing this afternoon. Starting 22nd, driving in the RTH Racing number 55, it's Dylan Holland. Starting 21st, driving in the Team Penske 22, it's Erlen Todd. Starting 20th, driving in the Green Shrine Racing number 9, it's Avery Shipley. Starting 19th in the RMG Racing number 17, it's Richard Green. Starting 18th, driving in the RTH Racing number 66, it's Peyton McMahon. Starting 17th in the Pat Green Motorsports number 1, it's Nancy Stauffen. Starting 16th in the Team Penske number 12, it's Raymond Green. Starting 15th, driving in the Henry Racing number 14, Carson Cole. Starting 14th, driving in the RTH Racing number 29, Lear Tanner. Starting 13th, driving in the Gillum Caldwell Motorsports number 74, it's Bella Gillum. Starting 12th, driving in the Healey Motorsports number 27, Carson Healey. Starting 11th, driving in the Green China Racing number 65, it's Nicholas Green. And now the top 10. Starting 10th, driving in the Johnson Motorsports number 24, Chelsea Johnson. Starting 9th, driving in the Healey Motorsports 83, it's Kaitlyn Healey. Starting 8th, driving in the RTH Racing number 45, Nolan the Flamingo Vernango. Starting 7th, driving in the RTH Racing number 33, Jacob Spencer. Starting 6th in the Pat Green Motorsports starting 6th in the Pat Green Motorsports number 4, Pat Green. Starting 5th, driving in the Gillum Caldwell Motorsports number 41, it is Madison Bowling. Starting 4th, driving in the RTH Racing number 21, Nathan Rockhill. Starting 3rd, driving in the RMG Racing number 51, Teslina McElroy. Starting 2nd in the Griffey Motorsports number 60, it's Scott Stauffen. And now on the pole, driving in the Pat Green Motorsports number 32, Leandro Ortega. Yes, you heard me right. Ortega is on the pole, and you also heard me right. Dylan Holland is making his first career start in the 55. Matthew Johnson is sick. He got sick like earlier this morning. Dylan Holland was at the racetrack, and he got asked by Matthew and Lyric Tanner if he wanted to drive, and he said, yeah. Well, what a way to start your first career, what a way to start your racing career at the biggest, at one of the biggest races of the schedule, the Brickyard 500. Now remember, he'll be racing in the CSKMDL next year, and we're underway in the Brickyard 500 presented by the Plainfield Quakers. We have not seen a wreck on the front straightaway on the first lap in a while, and we almost see one. Dylan Holland falling back. Pat Green around the outside. She gets into the wall. Pat Green into the wall early, and it's 3 wide for the lead. Scott Stauffen wants it. Great racing early we're here in Indianapolis. Scott Stauffen is a great racer, and he has the lead so far. Almost 4 wide in the back of the field. Ortega, Stauffen, here comes McElroy. Spencer moving forward as well. Dylan Holland in his first career start, he runs 22nd right now in the 55, trying to do good, as we still see Connor Jones in the 19 and last. And now through turn 1, it's Scott Stauffen who leads here in Indianapolis. This is a day race, and this is surprising. But the Indianapolis Sprint Race will be a night race. Now that should be a fun one. It is once again going to be the Midnight Sprint. And how about Jacob Spencer? Can he get his first career victory? 200 laps. Still a lot of laps. Until we see who will win. And we know that we will see tons of wrecks today. So we are waiting for the first crash to happen. Holland still there, went 22nd. We will be keeping an eye on him this afternoon, as he is battling with the 9. He has the outside. He's battling with the veterans. And Caffrey going underneath him as well. The Holland, well, he had some work on the sim, and when starting, when for the first time ever, they had a warm-up that everybody was in So he got his first laps in a CSKL stock car. Matthew Johnson qualified in the 55, but he warmed up. The Holland warmed up in the 55. But as it's still Scott Stauffen who leads onto lap number 4. Stauffen looking for his first win in the 60. Can he go back to victory lane? Now Ortega, great run. Bowling right there. And how about Chelsea Johnson? She is so good here at Indianapolis. She sits in 5th. There are 2 big packs. And now Ortega inside. Stauffen outside. And they're both going to make contact. Stauffen up against the wall. And he will clear. Scott Stauffen back up front here in Indianapolis. I think day racing brings the best out of these cars. As we still see Dolan Holland back there not doing that good. And we have a car around. And it's Carson Cole. And Carson Cole was able to save it from getting to much damage. Carson Cole is the first one to spin here in Indianapolis. As we see the 60 leading. And now Ortega with the great run to the inside. To the lead goes Leandro Ortega. So here comes Scott Stauffen back down on the inside. We may see a wreck on the short and shoot. And that's where all the wrecks usually happen. Dylan Holland going for 21st now. 1 Avery Shipley. We know that since Holland is in a fast car, he should do good. When he was actually top 10 quickest when warm up. Like he was a 6th like in warm up, but of course Scott Stauffen was first in the warm up. Now Novella Gillum was the quickest in the warm up. Here it is, they both make contact and Ortega saves it. Ortega continues to lead here in Indianapolis. Nick Green drops back a few spots as he sits back down in 18th. We still have yet to see a big crash, as it's still Leandro Ortega who leads here in the Brickyard 500. Where the heck is Pat Green at? Pat Green sitting down in 8th. But if you remember, she got into the wall on lap 1, so... But that's not a surprise because she usually gets into the wall. But the thing is that if worse comes to worse, with the broadcast stream, when you guys miss the finish, the finish will always be posted on TikTok land, and will also be uploaded to YouTube too from TikTok. Savannah Call around the outside like a Dylan Holland. What a move by Call. Now she is now on the outside like a Caffrey. Carolyn Todd is not doing that good this year and today. Car around out of 2. 2 cars around. Owens. Jones. Alex Owens has not had the best past 2 weeks that he's wanted in the 16. We have yet to see a crash out of turn 4. That's probably going to happen soon. Ortega gets sent high. Let's look at the number 60. He's right there. Stauffen wants the lead. Can Scott Stauffen take the win? And don't look now, guys, but here comes the closer. Pat Green. She has yet to win here. And now she wants to win here in Indianapolis. Kaitlyn Healey This may be her best race of the year, and Bella Gillum having a fast car for this weekend, guys. So I wouldn't be surprised to see her up front. And we had a... That was... Okay, how did they all save it, like, from not causing, like, the biggest wreck, like, in Indianapolis history? That almost took out half of the field with McMahon getting sideways, but they still saved it. That's my question. How do they save it? McElroy to second, Scott Stauffen back down to fourth, and Rocco's there. It's Ortega who leads here. We're here in Indianapolis. I think some drivers need to step up their game, like with being too aggressive. Carson Healey, so sad, is on pit road. Actually, this isn't sad. Actually, this is kind of surprising. I think Alex Owens is in last. Yep, Alex Owens is in last. There is a making of a big crash coming up. I can sense it in my nose. I think Chelsea Johnson is in second. Yippers! Chelsea Johnson may be winning. Matthew Johnson is here at the racetrack, but he's not feeling that good. Well, we have word that he was feeling good, but he got way too dehydrated, and they did not clear him. So... Chelsea Johnson right there, winning the lead. Chelsea, outside look at Rockhill. He makes a pass for fourth, and now is going for third. Nathan Rockhill. This is another one of his best tracks. Car around, big crash, out of two, and the big one happens here in Indianapolis. One of the big ones, and Alex Owens is caught up again. Avery Shipley, Delilah Shipley caught up in this one. Erin Todd caught up, but Avery Shipley is the car that is destroyed. Faust, Richard Green both caught up, and Richard Green almost goes around. Carson Cole on pit road. Man, that wreck. And that was a good... Well, that was a good-sized wreck. So I'm just giving the field that they actually finally caused a good-sized wreck. Carson Healey went heavy lap traffic here. But he's actually the lap car, so that's why I said that he's in lap traffic. Nancy Stauffen on the grass. It's both Healey win, Gillum get by her in a three-wide move. And Pat Green sits in seventh. And she's about to lose seventh. We have yet to see a wreck on this corner. Well, we know that we will see one later. We have not seen one in a while. Since last year. Pat Green, Scott Stauffen side by side, and it looks like that Scott Stauffen slowing up just a bit, and Bella Gillum is on the move. Here comes Bella Gillum. The 74 is just too fast for the field. She loses some spots, but she's still back down in 8th. That car sure is fast. And there's Dylan Holland, the rookie, sitting back down in 20th. And we have a new leader, guys, and her name is Tessalina McElroy, who is looking for her second win of the year. Are we going to see with a third straight multi-time winner? We may, because that may happen, or we may see another or we may see a Healey win, and it's not going to be Carson that may be winning. It may be Kaitlyn, because Kaitlyn Healey trying to bring Healey Motorsports towards the victory lane, when trying to bring the 83 back to victory lane here at the Brickyard. Kaitlyn Healey, that car is fast, and now this is the Kaitlyn Healey we know and love. The Kaitlyn Healey, with the most dominating Kaitlyn Healey up front, and is moving forward, and same as Bella Gillum. Can Bella Gillum be stopped? Gillum, that 74 car is coming to life. 2-second lead for Tessalina McElroy. We still have yet to see a Rec 1, the turn 3 and 4 short shoot. McElroy leads. Pat Green sitting back down there, wins 7th. Battling for 6th once again. Kaitlyn Healey on lap 17, right it down to the lead in Indianapolis. It's the sister of Carson Healey. It's the other Healey. Kaitlyn Healey to the lead. Are we going to see another Healey win in just a few weeks? Carson Healey won race 2 of the Hockey M doubleheader. Contact made, and Kaitlyn goes down when clears McElroy. As the Kings 83 are trying to pull out when pulled away, and here comes a driver. Here comes a driver that everybody should be worried about winning her 3rd race of the year, and her name is Pat Green. Why I say that is because Pat Green apparently cannot be stopped, and Chelsea Johnson just took the lead. Chelsea Johnson was good here as well, so Pat Green slapped the wall on lap 1. Bella Gillum, she is the first of the front runners to pit. She must have heavy nose damage. Something happened too, like with Bella. So let's ride along with Bella Gillum. She has a roof cam. Yeah, she has heavy nose damage. Head damage. I think. 200 laps in this one. McElroy back up front. Here comes Rockhill. Almost goes around by the 83. Can anybody wreck like on the short and shoot like a turn 3 and 4, please? Please, I'm begging you. Please, I want to see a wreck there pretty soon. Well, I know that there's going to be a wreck pretty soon because if people don't stop being wild, there is going to be a wreck. Ricky Dylan Holland is sitting back down in 18th. Delilah Shipley right behind him, and Shipley sure is fast. Dory Logan is not doing that good. And back up front, it's McElroy who leads. Pat Green runs there in 6th, right behind her teammate. And we almost saw Pat Green go around. Pat Green almost goes around right behind her teammate. And dang it, we almost saw Ortega wreck Pat Green. That would have been very funny to see Pat Green wreck. Because, well, not exactly, because I can't say anything, say any more bad things. And we have a car around on the back straightaway. Nope, that's not the back straightaway. That's the front straightaway, but That's the Crazy Sports League car number 46. I'm losing my mind, guys, y'all. I'm losing my mind. What is this place? Pat Green runs there in 6th, side by side for 7th. As we see Scott Stauffen taking it over, and Raymond Green, where the heck did he come from? He's now in the top 10. Yeah, where the heck did the 12 come from? Raymond Green and Nancy Stauffen inside the top 10. The Pat Green Motorsports cars inside the top 10. As we see McElroy continuing to lead, but here comes Chelsea Johnson. Chelsea Johnson clears McElroy. We still have yet to see a wreck on the short shoot because... Okay, so I think everybody actually has learned their lesson on the short shoot because they've not yet seen a wreck on the short shoot. We've seen a wreck out of 4 and on the turn 1 and 2 short shoot. So, I don't know what's going on with these drivers. I think they don't like the turn 3 and 4 short shoot. And here comes the 21 of Nathan Rockhill. Nathan Rockhill looking very fast. Almost contact made between leaders, and here comes Rockhill with the great run. Nathan Rockhill right there. Chelsea Johnson looking for the lead once again. Chelsea Johnson is so good here. When Chelsea Johnson even said that nothing's going to stop her from retiring. So she is going to retire, but she wants to retire in fashion with a championship. Chelsea Johnson really wants a championship. Can she get back to victory lane? Here in the Crazy Sports League, here comes Nathan Rockhill. Contact made, and we see the first big one. And Pat Green somehow avoids it. And the big one happens on the short shoot. Raymond Green up in the air. Dory Logan up in the air. Connor Jones is involved. And Dory Logan is out of the race. Huh. Nick Green has a hood full like of the underbottom of Ray Green. And Ray Green bounces. They bounce again, and Ray Green may be out of the race. Oh man, that was a hard hit too. Ray Green is involved, and look at this. They are still being aggressive entering the short shoot. They're still being very aggressive. That wreck, man, that took some of the fast cars out. Pat Green is down for it. Dory Logan is out of the race. Rookie Dylan Holland in 16th, he was caught up. A lot of drivers. Now that's what I call the big one. Nick Green had a hood full of Ray Green's underbelly. And the end result of that wreck, Ray Green was on top of Nick Green. That's just weird. And now, 200 laps in this one, 26 laps in, and we see a big one car out of the race. But that still means it's time to go to a Crazy Sports League commentating break live from the Brickyard, and Avery Caffrey into 6th. Delilah Shipley is now in the top 10. Oh man, that wreck took a lot of drivers out. And now for this commentating break, you won't miss a thing. You will be right along with Pat Green and the Hood Cam, which is still a great camera view because you are still going to see a wreck. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a battle for the lead. It's a battle between the teammates from last year and next season. It's Pat Green and Jenna Lucas. 27 cars left. Nick Green is one of those 7 cars. I think Nick Green in the top 10. I think Nick Green may be on the lead lap. Okay, if Nick Green wins today, that would be surprising. He sits in 8th and on the lead lap. Pat Green leads on to lap 96 of 200. 200 laps, 500 miles around this big around this big Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's Pat Green who leads. Through turn 2, it's still Green over Lucas and Rock Hill. And then it's Scott Stauffen, Kaitlyn Healey, Lear Tanner, Jacob Spencer, Nick Green, Savannah Call, and Delilah Shipley running out your top 5. Kaitlyn Healey may have to pit soon because she has damage. And how about Lear Tanner having a great run? Spencer looking for his first career victory as Pat Green continues to lead here at the Brickyard. Can she get another Indianapolis? Can she get her first ever Brickyard 500 victory? She's been so strong at this racetrack. This may be her best racetrack. And right now she's trying to go back to back, and she's trying to get her 3rd win of the season. Pat Green entering this year was not the threat, and now after her Texas victory, she was the threat, and then she fell off, and then after last week's victory, she is now the biggest threat to win the championship. Here comes Jenna Lucas. Lucas inside, looking to retake the lead, but Pat Green clears right on the outside. When we also have to say a big congratulations to the rookie in his first career start, his first and only start of the year, Dylan Holland, the rookie, inside the top 15, and that's not a bad run by him. Xander Faust is on pit road. Teflina McElroy back down in 20th. Richard Green around, hard hit, and another crash has happened, and Owens is involved again. There is some smoke coming out of the 12. And here comes leaders as well. Now the leaders weren't quite there, but we saw that wreck happen right in front of us. McElroy may get involved again. McMahon right there. But Raymond Green involved in another wreck. As Pat Green inside. Back up front here in Indianapolis. Pat Green now side by side. Scott Stauffen wants to retake it, and Scott Stauffen to the lead on lap 100. Next time by, it'll be 100 laps to go. Rock Hill right there. And look at the lap car right in front. That's Raymond Green. Raymond Green has not had a great day, but his son Nick Green has had an up and down day. And are you kidding me? Nick Green may win the Brickyard 500, presented by the Plainfield Quakers. Green, Kaitlyn Healey, contact made. Nick Green sits in 8th. Ortega on the move. He's still intense. As we still see the closer leading here in Indianapolis, where the recent wrecks have been happening at the back of the field. So that's good news. Pat Green up front. Tanner on the move. Pat Green in the cash now, number 4. Continuing to be one of the best drivers of the year. This may be with the Driver of the Year award. No. So she may be getting the Golden Wheel award, and she may be getting the Most Valuable Driver award, because this is such what in a performance out of the 4. And I think the comeback of the comeback Driver of the Year award may go to Lyric Tanner, because here comes Lyric Tanner on the move, and the 29 car is now come to life. Where did Tanner come from? Yes, where did Lyric Tanner come from? Lyric Tanner was not even in the picture at the beginning of the race, and she takes the lead on lap 102. Lyric Tanner to the lead here in Indianapolis. Who's gonna get to victory lane here in Indianapolis? Who's gonna win in Indy? Lyric Tanner pulling away from Pat Green. That 29 car has came to life. I mean, she is pulling away. Let's see who's back in 27th. Probably Ray Green. No. Matty Bowling has not had a great day. Carson Cole has not either. Alex Owens definitely hasn't. Peyton McMahon definitely hasn't. And there's Ray Green in 22nd. Tanner leads. And here comes Pat Green inside, side by side. It was Tanner leading that lap, but here comes the closer once again. It's door to door. Tanner outside. Green inside, and Pat Green continuing to be one of the best racers. And the inside lane, it's the best lane for her, as she almost puts Tanner in the wall. But Lyric Tanner pulling away down the back straightaway. Here comes Pat Green back on the inside. Pat Green re-clears, but here comes Lyric Tanner. They both make contact. And they both somehow save it. How in the world do they save it? That's my question. They both almost wrecked, and they both still saved it. Pat Green, Lyric Tanner still side by side down the front straightaway, and out to turn 1. Tanner finally is able to clear Pat Green. How about Dylan Holland right there, back there in 16th? He may take 15th. Holland in his first career racing start. Now this is one way to start with racing career. Race the Brickyard 500 and get a great top 20 finish. I mean, we have some exciting news. CBS bringing back with the live coverage of the Crazy Sports Kid League Light Series, with the CSKL Light Series next season, and they will have a different schedule, maybe. Nick Green sits in 9th, and we know that Dylan Holland will be in that series as well. Lyric Tanner leads. We also know that Charlie Cole leads the CSK MDL this year with the most wins. On lap 106, it's Tanner who's up front. Lyric Tanner looking to win in the Western 29 for the first time this year. And Lyric Sander having a great race this afternoon. And guys, don't look now though, but how about Jacob Spencer inside the top 5? That car is fast, and Delilah Shipley must have pitted because she's coming out of pit road. Spencer has came back. Rock Hill, we have not said his name since the beginning of the race, since he wrecked, and now he's back up here in the top 5. Nathan Rockhill is fast. And now for this commentating break, this next commentating break, maybe a short one, we don't know. We are going to ride along with the King. He has Visor King. You are watching the Brickyard 500 live in Indianapolis.
you go.
Well guys, I am back. You almost saw a wreck right there with Nick Green because Kaitlyn Healey almost decided to say you suck. Actually, he did say that because Nick Green actually almost wrecked. And right now, the battle up front is Kaitlyn Healey, Pat Green, and how about Jacob Spencer? Yes, that's right, the suspense is there in second, and he wants to lead. Jacob Spencer, Kaitlyn Healey, side by side. Pat Green deals Jenna Lucas a devastating blow, and Rexer and Nick Green is involved. Jenna Lucas, with the help of Nick Green, with the help of Pat Green, Rex. And Carson Healey was involved too. That's funny. Pat Green just completely dumped Jenna Lucas, and that may get Pat Green a penalty. And no, it was not. No, it's not a penalty. But she just completely dumped Jenna Lucas. McMahon right in front of them. 23 cars left. And now it's Kaitlyn Healey versus Jacob Spencer and Pat Green. Can Pat Green win here this afternoon? Comes to lap 158. Lap 158 is on the board, and yes, I am going to try to commentate for the rest of the race. Nick Green on pit road. Nick Green may get a top 5 in the Brickyard 500. How about Kaitlyn Healey looking fast, looking strong, who's looking for her first race win of the year? Richard Green right there, drafting off of the 83, and the 33 gets him, and now Spencer right there gets there. If Richard Green wrecks Pat Green, I'm gonna laugh until I die. That would be the funniest thing. Who the heck is in 8th? Lyric Tanner is in 8th. There's no way. Savannah Call, no way she's on the top 10. And there's no way that Dylan Holland, the rookie, who's filling in for Matthew Johnson, may get a top 15. That number 55 sure is strong. Pat Green getting slowed up by Richard Green. If Richard Green wrecks Pat Green, that would be the funniest thing. Oh, that would be the funniest thing I would ever see in the Crazy Sports League. Richard Green wrecking Pat Green, and Richard Green right there almost getting to the back of the 4, hitting the bumper of the 4. Nick Green coming out of pit road. You guys should be happy. You guys should be proud because Nick Green may be about to get a top 10. Maybe getting a top 5 here in the Brickyard 500. And Green may be slowing. Who is Green going to slow up? And it looks like that he may be slowing Pat Green up. Pat Green has some damage to the number 4. Next time by, 40 laps to go. Kaitlyn Healey leads. Nick Green to the outside leg of Pat Green. Now this is a great race. Now if Nick Green puts Pat Green in the wall, that would be the funniest thing I will see. That would be another funny thing that would see. And now Pat Green wants to retake second. Pat Green had said, Jacob, you have reigned in second long enough. It's time for me to shine. Pat Green, she is acting like the queen of all racing this season. She is not. She doesn't even have that wins, and she still may get her 3rd win of the year and in her 3rd career championship this season. But here comes Jacob Spencer. Great run by the 33. Did he just put Pat in the wall? he just did. Jacob Spencer puts Pat Green in the wall and puts Pat Green out of contention to win her 3rd race of the year. Jacob Spencer just put the closer in the wall on lap 162. I was waiting for someone to put her in the wall, and I wasn't even expecting it to be Jake. And now Richard Green coming back behind Jacob Spencer. Now Nick Green, no, they're not going to put Jacob Spencer in the wall. I would laugh if they did. Nick Green gets wrecked by Kaitlyn Healey and Richard Green. It's a double wreck. And Nick Green, late race woes, has him slow. Kaitlyn Healey in the lead. Spencer right there, contact made with Richard Green. And that's a lap car as well. Spencer falling back just a bit. As we see Kaitlyn Healey, who's trying to win the Brickyard 500. Richard Green right there, almost side by side. And this is going to allow Jacob Spencer to close back in on you later. Richard Green right there to the back of Healey, and here comes Spencer. Richard Green does not want. So apparently Richard Green doesn't want anyone to win, because Richard Green almost wrecked Jacob Spencer. He almost wrecked Kaitlyn Healey, and he almost wrecked himself. He also wrecked he also wrecked Nick Green. So that's funny. Pat Green back there in 3rd. This is still going to be a great finish for the closer, but she's not going to be able to win this one. Lap 164, Pat Green right there, still in 3rd, but it's multiple laps down. Dylan Holland has not had the day that he's wanted this afternoon. He sits back there like in 16th. And when Ray Green is the next car above him, who's on the same lap as him, Kaitlyn Healey getting beat up. And right now, here comes Spencer and Green. Richard Green right there, continuing to hit the rear end of the 83. And the 17 almost goes around. And here comes Jacob Spencer, who is looking for his first career win. Comes to 35 laps to go. First career win or not, we will still see an exciting finish from Indianapolis. Spencer Healey battling for the lead, and it is not the Healey that Jacob Spencer would want to battle for the win. But Jacob Spencer said that he would want, that if he won this race this afternoon, that it would be the biggest thing that has ever happened to him in his racing career. Spencer, he has a runner-up spot, looking to win his first career race. Pat Green being very aggressive. Jacob Spencer almost gets wrecked by Scott Stauffen. I would have laughed if that actually happened. Jacob Spencer trying not to get screwed from a victory. He is now 3 seconds back and is falling all the way back. But the thing is that Pat Green is still behind the leader, and she could do something that is called screw the leader. Everybody loves to play that game here in Indianapolis. That's a new game that the teams invented. Screw the leader. That's what everybody has invented at every single oval. At the Monza Oval, and at the Texas Oval. And it looks like that they may be playing it right here. As Spencer closing the gap back once again. He's 1 second back. Pat Green gets one of her laps back. And Spencer on the outside. Great run to Kaitlyn Healey. How in the world did Jacob Spencer save that? He was about to get screwed there, but he just saved it. Jacob Spencer, oh my goodness, was able to save it there. And Nick Green is still in the top 5. Here comes Jake. Here comes Jake. Jacob Spencer wants his first career victory in any racing league. He said that this season would be, I think, his best season because he's in the 33, and the 33 is such a great car. But the game that he is playing was called Pick a Number. He started out in the 2. Well, he started out in the 2 like in the CSKL, and then the 65 last year full time in this league, the 33 this year, and now the 11 next season. Raymond Green slowing the leader up, and this is going to allow Jacob Spencer to close back in. Okay, so if everybody keeps on playing screw the leader, Jacob Spencer may win this race. Next time by, 31 laps to go. And now when they cross the line, it'll be 31 laps to go. 31 remaining here on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Rock Hill there. He wants to. Man, Jacob Spencer has a lot of friends on the. He has a lot of friends off the racetrack, but not on the racetrack because he's everyone's rival on the racetrack. Well, not everyone's rival, except now. But the thing is now that Pat Green may hate him because, and Jacob Spencer just wrecked another person. Jacob Spencer wrecks Nathan Rockhill, and he is gonna get a lot of hate at the end of this one. He puts Pat Green in the wall. He wrecks Nathan Rockhill. Kaitlyn Healey has a lot of back end damage, and I think Jacob does as well. Yeah, so both of them do have a lot of back end damage. That's not helping their aerodynamics out at all. Spencer right there in third. Raymond Green, is he going to do something? Is he going to put Spencer in the wall? No, he cannot. Can Nick Green put Jacob Spencer in the wall? Spencer hard into the wall. Spencer into the wall. And now I think just ended his chain. No, he did not because he's still going. He has heavy back end damage to that race car. Oh my goodness. He is 7 seconds back. Kaitlyn Healey has had enough of him, I guess. Kaitlyn Healey leads. It ain't over till it's over. Pat Green could still win this thing. Okay, if Pat Green ends up winning this race, everybody's gonna have a heart attack. Kaitlyn Healey. Oh my goodness, Kaitlyn Healey was not having a good time up front at all. Is Jacob Spencer gonna pit? Yes, he is, but he could still easily win this one. Because if Kaitlyn Healey gets in too much lap traffic, she could potentially wreck. Yeah, so it looks like that she could potentially wreck because look who's right behind her. It's her brother. I would love to see Carson Healey wreck his sister. Man, great racing here from Indianapolis. Right now, the only car that has a chance to win now, that's on the lead lap, that's the 83. But look at the 27. No, he's not going to screw the leader. Carson Healey just said, nope, I'm not going to Screw my sister, and Nolan Vernango almost causes a big wreck. Jacob Spencer, he could potentially keep second here, and it looks like that he may be. He may be keeping second. This is good news for Jake. Kaitlyn Healey may be on her way to an Indianapolis Motor Speedway victory. Pat Green out of 4, and when Jacob Spencer won through turn 2 onto the back straightaway, Jacob Spencer on the lead lap. No, he's on the lead lap. I think he's just 1 lap down. 55 seconds back. What a race this is. Nathan Rockhill is inside the top 10. Kaitlyn Healey has a lot of lap traffic right behind her. Can Kaitlyn Healey win this race? So she's most likely going to win this race. But I don't know. Over till it's over. Kaitlyn Healey could make a mistake, and Jacob Spencer could win this one. Healey right there. Contact made with Vernango. Richard Green right there. Passes the 83, and there's the rookie Dylan Holland in his first career race right there. Kaitlyn Healey has said that she really does not want to be in really deep lap traffic. Why? Because if there's a wreck in front of her, she could potentially get involved. And McMahon right there. If Kaitlyn Healey wrecks, Jacob Spencer could potentially win this one. Jacob Spencer may be getting his lap back. Jacob Spencer could potentially win this race. When even if the 83 doesn't wreck. There's still hope. Kinda. 24 laps to go for Kaitlyn Healey. There's still hope for Jacob Spencer. All he needs to do is get his lap back and watch Kaitlyn Healey get wrecked. Okay, so if Jacob Spencer wrecks Kaitlyn Healey, that will be the funniest thing that will ever happen in this race. A lot of chaos. This is a thrilling Indianapolis race, and Kaitlyn Healey has been up front for most of it. And there's Jacob Spencer right there. And there is a wreck. Kaitlyn Healey gets out of it though. But Jacob Spencer gets his lap back. Erin Todd has not had the season that she has wanted. Spencer pulling away from Healey. Kaitlyn Healey in the 83 leads. Look at the 22 right there. Almost making contact with her. Here comes Bowling right there. Pat Green is in third right now. She did crash, but yeah. Lap 179, Jacob Spencer, 39 seconds back. And if there's another wreck, Kaitlyn Healey could potentially be involved. Could Jacob Spencer win with thrilling Indianapolis race? This could be Jacob Spencer's dream come true, like of winning this one. But he's just 38 seconds back. Kaitlyn Healey leads onto lap 180. The laps are winding down. The laps are winding down here in Indianapolis. About to be 20 to go for Kaitlyn Healey, who has yet to find victory lane, and you can see it. Pat Green right behind her, looking to get her lap back. Can Pat Green play screw the leader and wreck the leader? I would love to see that. To make Jacob Spencer win this race. 20 laps to go for Kaitlyn Healey in the 83. This has not been an easy race for Healey, but she has battled through all the crashes and right now leads. When speaking of battling through all the crashes, Nick Green is in 4th. But he did battle through most of the crashes. Pat Green quickly gets her lap back and pulls away from Kaitlyn Healey, who is very slow right now. I think she's trying to be safe. Wow. Yeah. So the only way that Kaitlyn Healey can win this race was either she gets put into the wall, like her, if she gets caught up in a wreck that Jacob Spencer is not in, and because Spencer is on the lead lap. Jacob Spencer leads, and no, is in 2nd, not leads. Dang it, I thought I saw a wreck. Dang it. Kaitlyn Healey, about to be 18 laps away, like from joining her brother as a winner this year. Kaitlyn Healey, this has been this has not been a year to remember. She has not had the season that she has wanted, but now she may be having a comeback. She may be the comeback driver of the year. Kaitlyn Healey leads on to lap 183, 18 laps to go. Is Kaitlyn Healey gonna find victory lane here in Indianapolis? Or is Kaitlyn Healey gonna make a mistake in pit? Lap 184 is on the board. 12 laps remaining here from the Brickyard. No, not 12. No, it's definitely not 12 laps to go. 17 laps to go from the Brickyard. Kaitlyn Healey. Now Kaitlyn Healey is now coming to to 16 to go. 16 laps remaining here in Indianapolis. Nick Green has the fastest car on the racetrack right now. And there is no way that Lear Tanner may be getting a 4th place finish. Now coming back around to take 15 to go. The cars behind her are lap cars that could potentially play the game that is called Screw the Leader. Well, and when that is, what do you think it is? Somebody wrecking the leader. And more lap cars coming up behind the 83. This could potentially hurt her. And if the 83 wrecks, Jacob Spencer could potentially win this one. He's just 26 seconds back. And closing. 15 laps to go. Here from Indianapolis. But with the cars behind Kaitlyn Healey being very racy, so this should be this should be interesting indeed. Nick Green is not going to put Lyric Tanner in the wall. I would have laughed to see Nick Green put Tanner in the wall. And they have caught Kaitlyn Healey. I mean, Kaitlyn Healey, maybe the slowest car on the racetrack right now. And now down turn 1. Tanner inside. Clears Nick Green to the outside now. Great run to the leader, but is not battling for the lead. If Lyric Tanner wrecks Kaitlyn Healey, this could potentially hurt Kaitlyn Healey. And how about Nick Green right there? Healey on the outside, trying to get a great run, but she can't. And the 60 right there almost makes contact with the 83. Spencer has gotten caught up in a wreck. He is 32 seconds back, and I think Pat Green was caught up in it as well. No, she was not. Of course she was not. Of course she wasn't. Kaitlyn Healey in the lead. It's not over until it's over. Pat Green could still potentially win her third race of the year. Carson Healey already has won a race this year. Kaitlyn Healey has not, and now she's looking to win. Here comes Nick Green. Great run in the 65 to the back of the 60. Green gets there. Green is there to Kaitlyn. Contact made. Spencer on pit road. Pat Green now back up to second. Nick Green right now in fifth. Green right there. Can he wreck the leader? And nope, he almost got wrecked by the leader herself. Okay. Nick Green almost got wrecked by the leader. Oh man, oh man. The cars behind Kaitlyn Healey are starting to close back in, and they are more and more cars. There is a car stuck up at the wall. That I have not seen all day today. Carson Healey closing the gap as well on his sister. There is a car out. 22 cars left. And it is still a miracle. You know why? Why? Because apparently with the number Kaitlyn Healey gets put into the wall by Nick Green. Oh, that was funny. Nick Green puts Kaitlyn Healey in the wall. But we know that rookie Dylan Holland has the lead. I mean, it's still on the lead lap. No, it's not on the lead lap, but he's still in the race. Jacob Spencer being very aggressive. Everybody being very aggressive towards the leader. If the leader pits, Pat Green would take the lead, when she would potentially take the win. Is there going to be a late race mistake by Kaitlyn Healey? Here comes Savannah Call. She's right there. Call gets down to the inside. Healey right there gets passed quickly by Call. Now it comes to 9 laps to go. 9 remaining here in Indianapolis for Kaitlyn Healey. But we can still see a Pat Green victory. She's just 24 seconds back. But that's still a lot, but if Kaitlyn Healey pits or if she wrecks, Pat Green would get back to victory lane for her 3rd win of the year and her 2nd straight win. Carson Healey right there. He gets wrecked by his own sister. Carson Healey flies. Carson Healey's singing "I Believe I Can Fly." Kaitlyn Healey's also singing that, but she's singing it because she leads. Carson Healey has gotten wrecked by his own sister. That is sibling problems right there. Kaitlyn Healey leads. 22-second lead though. If she gets into a crash, this would hurt her chances. If she gets into a crash and she gets out of the race, she would lose and Pat Green would win this race. Kaitlyn Healey really does not want to pit. Pat Green 21 seconds back. And closing. Kaitlyn Healey, this has not been a popular race for her. 0 wins this year, and right now Kaitlyn Healey may be on her way to a victory. "20 seconds back is Pat Green. Now it comes to 6 to go. Kaitlyn Healey. Sorry for that. Kaitlyn Healey has a lot of damage. Has now won race this year. Looking to win a race here in season 23. Trying to get back to victory lane. And now she's coming to 5 laps to go. Kaitlyn Healey right there. And now, round turn 4. All she can see now is a flag stand. And 5 laps to go until she wins in season 23. Kaitlyn Healey, she is turning into being one of the superstars in this league. Her brother, Carson, already has 2 wins. He is right now leading Healey Motorsports. And right now, Kaitlyn Healey really trying to show her brother that she can still drive and win. She's had so many slow cars this year, and now it comes to 4 to go. Healey now back onto the front straightaway. 4 laps to go. Cars are closing in. Once again, to the back of her, Pat Green. 16 seconds back. If Kaitlyn Healey wrecks, Pat Green would get her third win of the year and her 2nd straight win. Now it comes to 3 laps to go. Round turn 4. Kaitlyn Healey. To the front straightaway. 3 laps to go at the Brickyard. Peyton McMahon, Avery Shipley right behind her. Not cars to be worried about taking the win, but she should be worried about them. Why? She may get wrecked by them. If Kaitlyn Healey wrecks, Pat Green would win this race. McMahon right there, looking to the inside of Healey. Kaitlyn Healey gets passed by Peyton McMahon, but Kaitlyn Healey's still there, right on the outside. Gets there, inside of Peyton, still side by side. Now comes to 2 laps to go. 2 laps of racing left at the Brickyard. Kaitlyn Healey looking strong, 15-second lead and closing. Kaitlyn Healey looking to hang on. If she wrecks, Pat Green would get her 3rd win of the year and her 2nd straight win. Here comes McMahon, riding the back bumper of the 83, pushing her into a 14-second lead. Here comes Scott Stauffen, McMahon right there, hitting the back of the 83. They're not going to do anything this lap. Now comes the white flag. If Kaitlyn Healey wrecks on the short chute on the final lap, she would lose this one. 1 lap to go, presented by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the Crazy Sports League. Kaitlyn Healey trying to join her brother, who has already won a race this year. When she has said, times have been lost, races have been lost, but this race is not going to be lost. This win, she is going to devour. She lost race 2 of Hockenheim to her brother. This time, she's not a loser. Kaitlyn Healey wins the Brickyard 500 in Indianapolis. And Pat Green continues to be the threat to win the championship after another 2nd place finish. Kaitlyn Healey wins Indianapolis. Are you kidding me? Kaitlyn Healey finally back to victory lane, and Nick Green gets a top 5 and beats Jacob Spencer. Oh my goodness. Dylan Holland, in his first career race, in a wild event as well, stays alive. Wow. Erlen Todd finished 23rd. Chelsea Johnson 24th. Man, what a season this is shaping out to be. The playoffs shaping up to be great. Kaitlyn Healey wins the Brickyard 500 for her first win of the year. So now she knows that she now she knows that she is going to make the playoffs this year. Healey on the way to the playoffs, joining her brother. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching with the Brickyard 500 live in Indianapolis.